Long ago, way before Porsche even had a dream of having not one, but two all-wheel drive SUVs in its lineup, there was an era when the Stuttgart sports car maker was destroying racing records both on and off the world's most famous racing tracks while making new ones. In today's video, we will be reviewing the new Porsche 911 Safari. We hope you're as excited as we are in watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button as you watch. The younger generations might find it difficult to believe that Porsche is also an off-roading legend, especially after its wins of the grueling 5,000-kilometer, that's 3,100 miles, East African Safari Rally in the 1970s, with the 911 SC Safari, or the diverse wins in the mid-80s at the Paris-Dakar Rally. But with all these successes, Porsche has never built a road-going type of its 911 rally cars. Porsche must be tired of this, and that could be what birthed the idea of the 911 Safari. Is Porsche really working on the production of the new 911 Safari? If so, what will it bring to the table? Well, you're about to find out. The new 2022 Porsche 911 Safari is a rumored forthcoming divergent of the company's usual iconic sports car. Though it is far from a rumored date for production, a few times since the late year ending of 2020, the 911 Safari Porsche has been sighted testing on public roads. This is a sign that Porsche is contemplating some kind of 911 Porsche with a raised suspension. The Safari name given at the moment is not official either. It is just a name based on a given nickname to a countable number of rally spec cars that have been built in the past by Porsche. Also, a 911 Vision Safari concept was created in 2012 by the German company, but it was kept hidden away from us until November of 2020, when it revealed many show cars and designs that we have never before seen. A quick riddle before we continue. What car is spelled the same backward and forwards? Race car. Don't feel bad if you guessed wrong. You might get the next one. Exterior body parts of the model include, based on Carrera model, revised front splitter, underbody plates, high-profile tires, higher ground clearance, flatter fenders, repositioned rear license plate, and revised rear diffuser. On a first look, this prototype of the model is a non-turbo Porsche riding in a raised suspension, but you will notice some changes in the front end on the closer observational inspection. The splitter commonly seen on the regular 911 has been replaced for an element that appears to transform into an underbody protection plate and flatter in the center. Focusing on the sides, you will also notice that the model's lower bumper is a little shorter, giving the car a better approach angle. Every other thing seems identical to the regular Porsche 911. The car's suspension that was raised becomes more obvious as we look at its profile. Compared to the regular 911, the car rides a few good inches higher, but it also supports unique 5-spoke time-wrapped in high-profile tires. These seem like they're not off-road tires, but are full-fledged but better suited for rough terrain. And they are given the kind of rubbers that you would usually get on a crossover. The 911 sports Fender Flares, and we are looking at a plastic cladding fastened onto the regular fenders. These flares, borrowed from the crossovers, not only expand the fenders to give way to wider axles and tires, but when driving fast on rough surfaces like gravel, they also tend to provide extra protection. The back end of the model test car also looks very much like the non-turbo 911, but what looks different is the diffuser-like element. Unlike the Carrera, which has bodywork under its diffuser, the test car boasts of an all-black piece that looks stalwart and tougher than usual. There has been a redesigning of the corners and the center section too. Do you know what is more? The license plate recess got moved higher into the bumper section. This is a unique feature currently among the generation of 911 models. The back end bumper layout looks much like the 911 Vision Safari, based on the 991 generation. However, this concept car features a bigger wing. The fender flares look related to the Vision Safari also, so is the 5-spoke rims and the high-profile tires, but from 2012, the concept vehicle also features a light bar on the roof, additional lights in the front bumper, as well as roof rails. It can then be expected that some, if not all of these features, will make an appearance on the production car if there will be one. What will power the 911 Safari, or what will the 911 Safari run on? That information is still mysterious, although we are not expecting the crazy levels of power you get from the 911 Turbo. The 443 horsepower turbocharged flat-6 engine from the Carrera 4S combined with the all-wheel drive would create an extraordinarily fast vehicle for tracking loose surface like gravel. Though, with all-wheel drive and a proper or approximate set of gravel rally tires, such a beast would be an absolute handful to keep in check and under control. And that's to be expected, and we're cool with that. There's not really a clear glimpse of the model's interior, but it can be safely assumed that a Safari model would not stray far off of the regular 911 generation. The Vision Safari concept features bucket seats and a roll cage, but there seems to be no sign of them in the prototype. What will determine if these features will make it into the production is the kind of car the Safari will be. If Porsche plans to do a regular production of a model with a decent price tag, the interior of the car will very much likely remain related to the models like the 911 Carrera, but if the Safari is going to be a limited edition and a very exclusive model with a large price tag, it therefore will be fitted with features usually found in the GT2 and GT3 version of the 911 generation. Either way, it should still have some of the usual 911 features with premium materials and soft surfaces, as well as the top-tier technology that Porsche offers these days. The drivetrain. The drivetrain of the 911 Safari is mysterious. It is safely assumed that Porsche will keep a flat 6 engine under the hood. The 911 generation that is a likely candidate is the 911 Carrera 4S, since it features a powerful engine and a 4-wheel drive system. The Safari might be a bit slower, but it should still reach the benchmark in around 3.5 seconds. However, the all-wheel drive system of the Safari might be notably different from the Carrera 4S, since the car is built to tackle rough terrain. Porsche, therefore, is probably developing a special unit that most likely lends more from the Cayenne instead of the 911. According to its model, the Safari will also ride on a tougher suspension system, and it should incorporate and integrate custom-made electronics with various modes. Beneath the shell, the 911 will, to a remarkable degree, be different from the 911 Carrera. It, with considerable certainty, won't be as off-road capable as the Cayenne, but it will make for an effective gravel and desert runner. Will the 2022 Porsche 911 Safari have any competitors? As of early 2021, there was no mainstream car maker offering to produce race sports cars. Therefore, the Porsche 911 Safari will be pretty unique. There could be competitions from smaller tune companies that have developed or are developing their own takes on Porsche's classic Safari models. For instance, Singer has built production models and also concepts inspired by the Porsche 953 and 959, but they are extremely rare and also expensive. Also, Ariel built a raised version of its Atom sports car, which is called the Nomad, but unlike the Porsche Safari, it is an extremely light car and hardly comes with body panels. The Nomad R, in its range-topping version, features a supercharged 2-liter Honda engine that produces 340 horsepower. Ariel as well offers from Honda a lesser Nomad with a naturally aspirated 2.4-liter engine rated at 235 horsepower. Here's another one. If a man who runs behind a car gets exhausted, what will happen to a man who runs in front of a car? He gets tired. Better luck next time if you got it wrong. Legacy of the Porsche Safari. The first contact of Porsche with rough terrain goes all the way back to 1965 when the Germans raced with the first 911 generation at the Monte Carlo Rally. Given that the car was not a proper off-roader, we know that the rally car had to be tougher than their road-going counterparts. Even though Monte Carlo was mostly a tarmac rally, it still showed the 911 generation's potential in a rally which, in the 1970s, was taken up a notch. The 911 SC Safari that was used in the 1970s event featured a reinforced body, a higher ground clearance, and a reinforced chassis. The car was fitted with rally lights and a pull bar and featured different tires. Porsche almost won the event, but later had to settle for a second place after the leading car had an accident by suffering a crash that resulted in a broken rear axle. It's so unfortunate, but not a bad position at that. Porsche built 2 more Safari models in the 1980s. This was also based on the 911. The first one was known internally as the 953. The 953 was an experimental all-wheel drive system that won the Paris-Dakar Rally in 1984. In 1985, Porsche returned with a rally car based on the known widely, but rather unfavorably since all 3 cars failed to finish due to mechanical failures. That same year, the 959 models eventually went on to win the Rallye de France, and then in 1986, it scored a 1-2 finish at the Paris-Dakar Rally. Possible target market. A Safari-style 911 from Porsche would probably be proposed for, intended for, or aimed at buyers in markets like Russia and China, where the drivers are most times faced with some conditions like poor road that makes it difficult to drive a low-slung sports car. Hence the reason for the popularity of performance SUVs in those markets. Of course, a few of the 911 Safari would turn up in the United States too, given the fact that high-riding models are popular there. And yeah, it could even prove to be more popular in Porsche's home market of Germany, where parking with 2 wheels up on the curb is sometimes absolutely essential. As of now, we expect the car to be revealed in 2022 as a 2023 model. Though Porsche's new 911 Safari is not yet confirmed confirmed for production, it could hit the showrooms soon. The prototype has been spotted test running a few times already, and it seems like Porsche is giving this project huge attention. There are chances, though, that the 911 Safari will not be a regular production model. The German is likely preparing an exclusive car. And if that is going to be the case, the 911 Safari will definitely be produced in just a few units and be sold for more than $500,000 a pop. With the high expectations for it, the 911 will likely be sold out by the time Porsche reveals it to the public, so it will become a unicorn version of the 992 generation 911, and also like the 935-19 was for the 991 generation sports. The new Porsche 911 Safari will be a cool addition in the beautiful lineup, and also a grand and marvelous tribute to the classic rally car of Porsche. Tell us your opinion of the new Porsche 911 Safari, and if you haven't subscribed or liked this video yet, kindly do that now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.